Hi there, today I'm going to be reacting to Starboy by The Weeknd. I had a quick look at this track list and I do recognize quite a few of the song titles. There's also a lot that I don't recognize, but I have a feeling that I'm going to remember a lot of these songs. Yeah, I'm not really sure how I'm going to feel about this. I've gotten some comments saying that they love this album. I've gotten some comments saying that they don't think I'm going to like this album, so I don't know what we're getting into. Let's get into it with track number 1, which is Starboy. But first, if you'd like to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the video, that would be great. If you'd like to follow me on social media. And this whole album reaction will be up uncut on Patreon if you're interested in supporting the channel. Let's get into it with Starboy.
I'm trying to put you in the worst mood. P1 cleaner than your church shoes. Really point to just to hurt you. All red lamb just to tease you. House so empty, need a centerpiece. 20 racks of table come from ebony. Cut that ever into skinny pieces. Then she clean up with her face, but I love my baby. Look what you done. I'm a motherfucking starboy. Every day a nigga try to test me. Every day a nigga try to end me. Pull off in that roadster SV. Pockets overweight, getting hefty. Coming for the king, that's a far cry.
Obviously, I'm very familiar with this song. I've heard this many times. I guess I've never really thought about how to interpret the attitude of this song. Like, look what you've done, I'm a motherfucking starboy. I don't know whether that's meant to be interpreted as a positive, like, look what you've done, you've given me so much attention, now I'm rich and famous, or in a negative way, like implying that he doesn't want the fame. I've never really thought about that.
Cut that ever into skinny pieces. Then she clean up with her face, but I love my baby. You talking money, need a hearing aid. You talking about me, I don't see a shade. Switch on my side, I take any lane. Switch on my car if I kill any pain. Look what you done. I'm a motherfucking starboy. Let a nigga Brad Pitt, legend of the fall, took the year like a bandit. Bought mama a crib and a brand new wagon. Now she hit the grocery shop looking lavish. Star Trek roof in the Wraith the Con. Girls get loose when they hear the song. 100 on the dash, get me close to God. We don't pray for love, we just pray for cause. House so empty, need a centerpiece. 20 racks of table come from ebony.
Another thing I just noticed, and I don't know if this is intentional or not, but he says 20 racks of table cut from ebony. I don't know if that's like a callback to glass table girls. They're no longer glass tables, they're ebony tables. Anyways. Alright, so I do think that that's a cool way to start off the album, following the success of Beauty Behind the Madness, talking about the new fame and everything. I think that that's a great way to open the album up. Like I said, I'm very familiar with it. I do think that it's a great song. Let's move on to Party Monster.
I'm good, I'm great. Know it's been a while, now I'm mixing up the drink. I just need a girl who gon' really understand. I just need a girl who gon' really understand. And I seen her get rich here in the pool. I seen her, I knew she had to know. I seen her take down that tequila, down by the leader. I knew I had to meet her. Ooh, she mine. Ooh, girl, bump and grind. Ooh, got up, thank the Lord for the day. Woke up bad girl, I don't even know her name. Woke up bad girl, I don't even know her name. Got up, thank the Lord for the day. Woke up bad girl, I don't even know her name. I'm good, I'm great. Know it's been a while, now I'm mixing up the drink. I just need a girl who gon' really understand. I just need a girl who gon' really understand.
Lyrically, this definitely reminds me of Trilogy. Obviously not sonically, but he does mention a stripper, which is very fitting. Also, he needs a girl that understands his reckless lifestyle, so this definitely feels like it's calling back to that lyrically.
I've seen him outside trying to reach him. You're trying to leave him. You said I'm the reason. Tell me lies. Ooh, girl, tell me lies. Say you're mine, I'm yours.
Lana. Alright, I also liked that one. I liked that it sounded fun and upbeat, but the lyrics were actually quite dark, which I guess is kind of what The Weeknd does best. Let's move on to False Alarm. Definitely building up.
She gets off all the time. It's a dark philosophy, and our hearts are constantly. It's a false alarm to me. She's a false alarm. False alarm. False alarm. False alarm. Dollar bill is the only time you love her, but you'll never be the one.
I feel like I don't know what to say right now. I love the verse, and I love the pre-chorus, and then it goes into this. So, okay. I have mixed feelings about this song because I respect the energy of this song. I could see this being a very fun song to listen to in certain situations. That being said, it's a little bit irritating. But I kind of respect it for that because I feel like it's like unapologetically irritating. So I don't really know how I feel about it. Okay, so that fades right into Reminder. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one. I'm gonna need a few more listens. Maybe I'll listen to it in some different scenarios. That being said, I kind of forgot to pay attention to the lyrics for most of that song, but it does seem like it's kind of just about a materialistic woman who probably just wants to be with him because he has money and he's famous. Yeah, feeling conflicted on that one. Let's get into Reminder.
Recommend play my song on the radio. You too busy trying to find that blue I saw. I let my black hair grow and my
That's not what that lyric sounds like.
Sweat too much on the regular. Talking about a face, coming off a bag of blow. I'm like, goddamn bitch, I am not a teen choice. Goddamn bitch, I am not a bleach boy. Whip thing, make a nigga understand though. Got that Hannibal, silence of the Lambo. You know me, know me, you know me, know me, know me. Every time you try to forget who I am, I'll be right there to remind you again. You know me, know me, you know me, know me. Everybody knows it, all these niggas know me. Platinum off a mixtape, sipping on that codeine. Poet in my trophies, rolling to my nosebleed. I'ma keep on singing while I'm burning up that OG. All my niggas scared that they make money all alone. Rock a chain around their neck, making sure I'm good at home.
I do appreciate the message of this song. I just won a new award for a kid's show talking about a face coming off a bag of blow. I'm like, goddamn bitch, I am not a teen choice. That is a funny thought. I was definitely listening to that song when it first came out, having no idea what it was about because I was an innocent child. Yeah, I do really appreciate the, letting people know that he hasn't changed too much, even though he's winning Teen Choice Awards, he's still the same guy that wrote like Initiation.
Don't you break none, baby girl, won't you work some, for the dawn, don't you hurt none, baby girl, won't you shake some, for the dawn, don't you break none, baby girl, won't you work some,
I also enjoyed that song. It wasn't like mind-blowing or anything. It's not one of my favorites, but I thought it was fun. Again, like Party Monster, I thought that it was interesting how it sounds fun, but the lyrics are actually quite dark. It actually feels a little bit bleak. Like he's saying that he's still the same person that he used to be, but I don't know if I'm meant to interpret that as a good thing necessarily. Let's move on to Rockin.
People always talk about the ones that got away. I just seem to get the ones that always want to stay. I'm just too distracted with the life I'm trying to paint, yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, I recognize this one. I recognize that pre-chorus. This one feels like it might be a little bit house inspired. It feels very dancey. It's definitely enjoyable. I feel like this is the kind of song that I can appreciate, but I'm not sure how often I would choose to return to this, if that makes sense.
You don't have to spend your life with, you don't have to waste your energy. We can just be rocking. Yeah, we can just be rocking. Yeah. Let's go. You don't have to spend your life with, you don't have to spend your life with me. Waste your energy. You don't have to waste. We can just be rocking. Yeah, we can just be rocking.
So it doesn't feel like there's a whole lot to unpack lyrically there. It just seems like it's about like having a fun night with a hot girl or whatever. Yeah, that one was fun. I don't mind it, but again, I can't really see myself choosing to listen to it over all the other stuff he's made. I will say that so far, and I don't know if it's just because the sound of this album feels less personal, but this definitely... I feel like one thing about Abel's music is that it does usually feel like it has this really confessional quality to it. Like, it seems like he's like telling you a really tragic story about his life, and I don't necessarily get that feeling here, which isn't my favorite. I kind of prefer that like dark storytelling kind of vibe that he usually has, and I'm not really getting that here, which I was expecting, but I do definitely miss that. All right, let's get into Secrets.
Everybody here wants you, my love, and I know that you want him to, my love. Every time you close your eyes, I hear the secrets that you keep.
Okay, yeah, this is a sample.
When you're talking in your sleep,
I can't remember the song or who it's by, but I know I've heard it.
that you keep. When you talking.
The production on this album is immaculate as always, though.
You told me not to worry about those guys.
Hold on, I want to figure out where that sample is from. I know that it's a song that I heard a lot when I was a kid, I know that my parents played it a lot, but I can't remember the name of it or who it's by. The track noticeably samples two well-known new wave songs. The entire chorus is an interpolation of the Romantics' Talking in Your Sleep, while the backing track also relies heavily on a sample of Tears for Fears' Pale Shelter. Okay. Alright, I know I mentioned this in my last video about Valerie, but this does definitely have a driving around in your car at night kind of vibe, which I think applies to most of his music actually, but I'm definitely getting that on this album, or like walking around at night in the city with all the bright lights. He is very good at world building, even if I don't necessarily think that the storytelling on this album is up to his usual standard. He is very good at creating an atmosphere and creating like a visual atmosphere just with music. Let's move on to True Colors.
Tell me the truth, baby girl, who else been with you? It's gonna come to my attention either way. Yeah. And I understand, baby girl, we all have a past. I'd much rather hear
that little drop sound effect.
Can I trust in you? Can I trust in you? Oh, babe, girl, come show me your true colors. Paint me a picture with your true colors. These are the questions of a new lover. True colors, true colors.
I do appreciate that these songs are obviously very 80s inspired, but they definitely have a modern twist to them. Like, he's not just completely stealing that whole aesthetic, he's making it his own.
And I don't believe all this inconsistency. I've been hearing different stories about you. So if I love you, it'd be just for you. So when I'm touching you, can I trust in you? Can I trust in you? Oh, babe, girl, come show me your true colors. Baby, show me your enough for me to keep up. You've been trying to keep me in the dark, but baby girl, I see you. Baby, show me you're a keeper. Show me you're a keeper. It's been hard for me to keep up. For me to keep You've been trying to keep me in the dark. Yeah. Paint me a picture with your true colors. These are confessions of a new lover. True colors, true colors.
I do like that that song comes after Secrets, because that song was about keeping secrets and this one is about learning about someone for who they really are. I think that that's clever. I will say that this album does flow really, really well, and it's going by pretty quickly. When I saw how long this album was, I got worried. You guys know that I hate long albums. You should know that by now. And I was concerned, but this is actually going by really quickly. I've been here for 40 minutes and it doesn't feel like it. So that's a good thing. Let's get into Stargirl Interlude. I've heard this song many, 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 many times. I'm a big fan of Lana, so I'm very familiar with this.
I had a vision of my nails in the kitchen, scratching countertops. I was screaming, my back arched like a cat, and I shouldn't cry, but I love it, Starboy. Shouldn't cry, but I love it, Starboy.
I love that song for a couple different reasons. First of all, I love a good interlude. I don't think I've ever gotten to talk about this on this channel, but I love when an album has a good interlude. I also love Lana, so that's two positives for me. I just think that it has such a cool atmosphere to it. It's such a sexy song. Let's get into Sidewalks with Kendrick Lamar. I love that guitar.
I ran out of tears when I was 18, so nobody made me but the main streets. Cause too many people think they made me. And if you ain't my nigga, then your girl single to me. I don't give a damn if a nigga said you knew me. Grew up with no father, so nobody ever son me. My flow too sick, Kevin Costner couldn't touch me. I know you wish that nobody ever loved me. I feel useless when I'm never making money. Sidewalks in my life. They don't live life. Sidewalks in my life.
I just want to say that this is what I've been missing from the lyrics. I love how they're so introspective. This is what I want.
Say, I come from murder, one run late night melee. Say, we hung on someone sprung mattress with baby. Say, tripping off die game, my name strike with payday. Say, flipping blue lightning, tight name strap with AK. Say, OG one told me, one show me, one 8 ways. How to segue, pussy, power, profit, and headache. I reminisce my life innocence, or life innocent, or life intimate with fame. I wanna rock, I wanna cop more land. I never stop, I wanna quick advance on the bill. If it ain't one, rape everything I'm a hustler came from.
Sidewalks in my life. They don't live life. Sidewalks in my life. You show me all the signs.
I don't know who Daniel Wilson is, but that voice, goddamn.
But they leave me
Favorite track so far, for a few different reasons. First of all, great verse from Kendrick. Second of all, this is what I wanted from the lyrics. These like introspective, more storytelling kind of lyrics. This is what I wanted. And also, I found it interesting how there was a lot more auto-tune on his voice there than usual. And I know that that's a purposeful choice, and I actually like it. I feel like it adds something really cool to the vocals. So yeah, favorite song so far. Let's move on to 6 Feet Under.
ask around about her. She don't get emotional. Kill off all her feelings. Swear she ain't approachable. She tryna live a life so fancy. She wanna pull up in a Bentley. She ain't got time for loving. Louis Vuitton her husband. She'd rather die in lusting. She'd rather die in the club till she 6 feet under. She gon' get that fucking paper. 6 feet under. She gon' get that fucking paper.
6 feet under, she gon' kill me for that paper. Not the type to fuck around, gonna turn that ass around.
She don't depend on anybody. Knows just what to do with her own body. Counting all that money like a hobby. She don't give a fuck about nobody.
Lyrically, this definitely feels similar to False Alarm being about a materialistic woman. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one. I feel neutral towards it. I don't mind it. I don't love it. It's fine.
In the club till she 6 feet under. She gon' get that fucking paper. 6 feet under. She gon' get that fucking paper. 6 feet under. She gon' get that fucking paper. You know how she get down. Pop it for a check now.
6 feet under, 6 feet under. 6 feet under, 6 feet under.
You ain't gon' catch her cry. She ain't gon' lose her mind. She ain't gon'
she gon' kill me for that paper. 6 feet under, she gon' kill me for that paper.
I don't really have anything to say about that one for the most part. I thought it was fine. Yeah, that's kind of it. I thought it was fine. I don't really have anything negative to say. I don't really have anything positive to say. I did like how Future's deeper voice contrasted with Abel's higher voice, but I wish that that would have been utilized on a better song. Anyways, let's get into Love to Lay.
It has begun again, my friend. In this room, we are nothing but strangers in a bed. But she told me that the lover is so crazy, 'cause she loves to lay. I learned the hard way. She loves to lay. I'm all to blame. I learned the hard way.
So it seems like he's met his match on this song, and he's met a girl who wants basically the same thing that he wants, which is a one-night stand.
'Cause she loves to lay.
I guess I should say that in this case, it doesn't seem like he wants a one-night stand. He wants more than that. So the roles are a little bit reversed here. I wasn't crazy about the verses in that song, but the chorus does hit. Yeah, I feel fine about that one too. I feel like maybe the fact that this album is a little bit too long is starting to hit me because I'm kind of running out of things to say. A positive that I will say though is that despite the fact that this album feels very cohesive and these songs all seem like they fit together really well, I do feel like this is pretty sonically diverse. It feels like there's quite a lot going on here, so I appreciate how he was able to make it fit really well together but still cover so much ground. Next up is A Lonely Night.
Why would you wanna bring something between us? There's nothing between us. Why would you wanna use a life to keep us together?
Okay. This feels very Michael. I love that pre-chorus. Also, seems like he actually feels guilty about leading a girl on for once. Maybe we're getting some maturity. Okay, yeah, I do like this one. I really liked that one. I definitely feel like it plays it pretty safe, both sonically and lyrically, as do a lot of songs on this album, but I did feel like that was like pop perfection, so I'll let it slide. And I'm glad I liked that one because it's been a few tracks now that I haven't really been all that into, so I'm glad I found one that I really like. Let's move on to Attention.
Baby, you were so strong. Baby, you were calm, you were so calm. Yeah. Tell me where it went wrong. Tell me how to love, it's been so long. When a call's not enough, you're looking for attention. You only notice it cause I'm never around. You're looking for attention. Oh, oh. You're only looking for attention. The only problem is you'll never get enough. When a touch not enough, you want more than a fuck. Thinking twice on the one, but you just need to trust. You're only looking for attention. You only notice it cause I'm never around. You're only looking for attention. Oh,
I don't know what to say.
oh,
There's something that feels so off about this one, and I don't really know what it is.
only looking for attention. The only problem is you'll never get enough. You're only looking for attention.
Didn't like that one for a couple of reasons. First of all, the first thing I thought when I heard the first chorus was, this sounds like if you told an AI to write a Weeknd song. Like, there's nothing about it other than the voice that makes it feel like a song by The Weeknd. It feels like it could have been made by literally anyone. There's like nothing distinct or interesting about it. And I know that people take it personally when I say any slightly negative thing about a song of his. And that's fine, but there's no way that that's anyone's favorite song on this album. And if it is, then I'm sorry. But I don't know. That one didn't need to be there. Anyways, let's move on to Ordinary Life. I'm sorry if you're an attention stan. Okay, I'm sorry.
Heaven in the mouth got a hell of a tongue. I can feel the teeth when I drive on a bump. Fingers letting go of the wheel when I come. Wheel when I come. Wheel when I come. I said it's too late for me, cause I think it's safe to say this ain't ordinary life. This ain't ordinary life. This ain't ordinary life. This ain't ordinary.
I'm starting to get the impression that this album is very front-loaded.
Valhalla's where all the righteous are led. Mulholland's where all the damned will be kept. Devil on my lap and a cross on my neck. Cross on my neck. Cross on my neck. Over 45, I'm a drift on a bend. Do a buck 20, I'ma fly off the edge. Cause I think it's safe to say this ain't ordinary life. This ain't ordinary life. This ain't ordinary.
I do like that vocal effect on the background vocals. I'll give it that. Take everything that I said about the last song and paste it here. I feel like I could turn on the radio and hear 20 other songs that sound like this right away. Sorry if I'm being harsh. I feel like I'm being a bitch, but this album doesn't need any filler. It's so fucking long. Like, these songs don't need to be here. I feel like I would be a little bit more generous with it if it wasn't 18 songs long. But they don't need to be here, so I don't know why they're here. Like, if you want to release them, just release them as bonus tracks. Also, like, okay, you know what? Whatever. Let's get into Nothing Without You. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm being unnecessarily harsh, but I don't know. Like, they're fine. They're not bad. They're just kind of boring. Next up is Nothing Without You.
I realize I belong to you. I feel the darkness went away from you. I learned to love you the way you need, 'cause I know what's This is not the same. I'll be nothing, 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 nothing without you.
Why are these choruses so repetitive all of a sudden?
You and someone else, the one I couldn't stand to be with by my side. 'Cause I'll be nothing, nothing, nothing.
I want to backtrack a little bit because I do feel like I was being too harsh on the past two songs. They're not bad. Let me just say that they're not bad. But I feel like I can hold Abel to a higher standard. And these songs don't fit that standard. This one, again, the chorus is really repetitive. It doesn't really feel like it's saying anything. And if it is, then it's not something interesting or new. Like, these aren't terrible songs. If they were on, I wouldn't like rush to turn them off or anything, but they just feel like they're there to be there, to take up space. Like, they don't feel like they're accomplishing anything really.
This is not the same. I'll be nothing, 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 nothing without you. Oh, I'll be nothing, 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 nothing without you.
I feel like this song is just a whole lot of nothing, 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 nothing. I'm being mean. I'm sorry.
When I fear for love, girl, I hesitate. It's what I'm guilty of. Oh, yeah. I can't get enough. I'm insane.
I'm gonna say something that I say a lot on this channel. Why is this album so goddamn long? It doesn't need to be this long. It doesn't need to be over an hour. It doesn't need to be 18 songs long. We could have cut these and we would have had a perfectly fine length for an album. Why are they here? Like, it's fine if you like these songs. I get it. But they're not necessary. Yeah. This album just feels, first of all, very front-loaded. It feels like all of the best songs are in the beginning for the most part. Also, it feels very, 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 very bloated. It doesn't need to be this long. Anyways, next up is All I Know with Future.
The reasons I can't have you are so easy to fix. I didn't really plan to, but I'ma do it for them. All I know is this. All I know is this. All I know.
Why are all of these choruses suddenly so repetitive? Like, did they just give up?
I know there's been stigma around me. I know you heard things about me. You sleep one eye closed, too scared to get heartbroken. Heard too many lies told. Don't make the shit my fault. I could tell why you would doubt me.
See, lyrically, I feel like they could do something interesting here with the whole, like, talking about his reputation, understanding why this girl might be afraid to get involved with him because she's heard what he's talked about. She thinks that he's probably going to break her heart. I feel like that could make for an interesting song, but it just feels so unfinished. Like, it feels like they had a good idea, but they didn't really fully execute it. I don't know.
All I know is this. All I know is this.
I feel like I'm being so mean. I'm sorry.
Lamborghini make a crip walk. I'm smashing off a side hug. Full of these medicals, bitches got several. She eat the dick up like it's an edible. Then I get back to my capital. I got the Glock on the passenger. I got these tropical fantasies. They gon' remember my legacy. Hang out the roof of the ghost. The cash in my pockets been right on the floor. I know, like you know, you just another body. I know, like you know, I keep that trigger beside me. I know, like you know, you just another body. I know what I know, all I know, all I know is this. I don't know what I know, all I know, all I know. All I know, all I know, all I know, all I know
fine. It's okay. It's fine. I don't really have that much to say about it again. I feel like part of the reason why I'm so frustrated is because going into this, people told me I wasn't gonna like this album. And I believed them. And I felt pretty optimistic in the beginning because I actually quite liked the first half of this album. And then it kind of just all went downhill. But like, I had such high hopes for it in the beginning because the first half of this album is great. Like, up to Sidewalks, I think that that's a great album. And then it just, like, at least if there's gonna be such a big gap in the quality of the songs, I feel like they should be like shuffled and not have all of the best ones in the beginning and all of the worst ones at the end. Like, I feel like I would listen to this and then just stop at Sidewalks. Yeah. I guess these are fine songs for background music, but I would never choose to listen to these intentionally because he has so much better music than this. Let's move on to Die For You. I know the chorus of this song at least because I remember it blew up on TikTok like a couple of years ago maybe, but I don't spend that much time on TikTok. I haven't heard it that much, but I do know the chorus.
I'm finding ways to articulate the feeling I'm going through. I just can't say I don't love you, 'cause I love you. Yeah, it's hard for me to communicate the thoughts that I hold.
I love how bouncy this feels.
When you cry, you're scared to be lonely, especially in the night. I'm scared that I'll miss you. Happens every time. I don't want this feeling. I can't afford love. I can't walk away. Even though
Oh my god. Yep, we're back.
You won't find no one that's better, 'cause I'm right for you, babe. I think I'm right for you, babe.
So forget what I said earlier about some of those songs being pop perfection. This is pop perfection. Like, this is ultimate. Like, this is what I want from a pop song. Absolutely. This one's great.
It ain't working 'cause you're perfect, and I know that you're worth it. I can't walk away.
That chorus. Great song. Fantastic song. I'm a little bit conflicted about what I'm supposed to feel when I'm listening to it because the lyrics are really sad, but it's so fun and bouncy and catchy. I love it. One of the best songs on this album, for sure. I could see myself listening to that one ad nauseum. Like, I feel like I will just put that on repeat for like a week straight after this. Next up is I Feel It Coming. It is the last track.
Tell me what you really like. Baby, I can take my time. We don't ever have to fight. Just take it step by step. I can see it in your eyes, 'cause they never tell me lies. Just a simple touch and it can set you free. We don't have to rush when you're alone with me.
So I'm obviously very familiar with this song. It's an interesting place to end the album lyrically, but it sounds great, obviously, since it was produced by Daft Punk, and it's super catchy.
You don't need a lonely night, so baby I can make it right. You just gotta let me try to give you what you want. You've been scared of love. touch and it gets set you free. We don't have to rush when you're alone with me. I feel it coming. I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming. I feel it coming. I feel it coming, babe. I know what you say right there, babe. I feel it coming, baby.
Another great song, super fun, super catchy. Okay. My favorite tracks are Die For You, Sidewalks, and I'm gonna go with Starboy. So I'm feeling very conflicted about this album. I'll just say, first off, right off the bat, this is definitely my least favorite album by The Weeknd. It has its high points for sure, but it also, I feel like its lowest points are his lowest points ever. So there's that. I feel like I will probably pretend that this album is just the first half up until Sidewalks and then Die For You and I Feel It Coming. I feel like everything in between can go, except for maybe like Love's to Lay was kind of fun, A Lonely Night was kind of fun, but like they're not necessary. I feel like from Starboy to Sidewalks and then Die For You and I Feel It Coming is the album that I would appreciate. Everything in between is just unnecessary. It's way too long. It's way too bloated. Those songs don't need to be here. I don't think that they really bring anything new or interesting to the album. I'm sorry if one of those songs is your favorite song. I'm sorry. I know I'm being meaner than usual, but at least you know I'm honest, okay? Like, I don't go into this wanting to dislike any of the songs, but I'm not going to pretend to like it if I don't. And, like, even the greatest artists ever have some bad songs. My favorite artists of all time have bad songs. Not everyone is going to make a perfect album every time, okay? Sorry. Sorry, don't take it personally, okay? I will say, despite the fact that I don't like some of these songs, this album does flow really well. And I do think that it is pretty sonically diverse. It's better in that department than I thought it would be. Yeah, I don't dislike the album. I feel like I mildly like this album. I definitely love some of these songs and I'll be returning to them a lot. I'm probably just gonna like make a playlist with these songs and reshuffle them and stuff because I don't really love the way that this track list is laid out and I feel like a lot of these songs are unnecessary. Anyways, I think that's all from me. I think I'll end it here. I am excited to get into After Hours. By the way, I am in the middle of moving, so I will probably be uploading slightly less this month. So yeah, I'll try to get to it in the next couple weeks, but I'm not sure when that'll happen. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Feel free to follow me on social media. And again, this whole reaction is up uncut on Patreon. Have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.